Sounded good? Okay. So Jack, the first thing you do is wipe it down to make it dry. Okay, make sure that it's
Okay.
totally. This is fresh. This has not even been frozen.
All right.
And then you poke holes with a really sharp knife, clear down in. Okay, and you push this in with your hands like this all the way down. Now
Get all
I've
the garlic
almost
in there.
done this total top piece. I do
Alright.
them about every inch and a half. You can see how I've got all these triangles here. See
What,
this
what
piece?
part of the lamb is this?
This is a leg of lamb.
Okay.
This is a semi-boneless leg of lamb. See the bone right here?
Okay.
This is the best thing. You gotta use American lamb, not Australian.
Okay.
You're part Basque. You always cook with American lamb. Okay?
Screw the Australians.
So we're gonna do one more on this top part, and then before I turn it, I'm going to wipe it with olive oil. Okay?
Okay.
And then I'm going to use salt. And yes, your grandma will salt this lamb because it needs the salt. But as you can tell, not too much. And then, got to do the pepper on it. Now, a lot of times, the Basque do not use the pepper. They only use the salt, and they would do it in wine. I'm not going to do it in wine
Why not?
because I prefer it this way.
Okay.
My hand is so greasy from the olive oil, I'm going to have a hard time cracking this pepper. Some would, and I might, just so you can get the flavor, put a little bit of red wine on this as it's cooking.
So how much
And
garlic
baste it.
did you put in there though?
Oh, I've got about 4 or 5 of the
Cloves?
cloves, and that's just to start.
Okay.
Yeah, you need to, you can see, and you can see how I cleaned the garlic, got it all ready to go, and then I'm gonna rotate this around, and I'm gonna have to hold it up, but I wanna get some in here too. I like to get it all around. So you can see what I'm doing. And you really go down, and you need a sharp knife to do this. Now, my grandmother, my English grandmother, would never consider putting garlic in it. That is Basque. That is not the American way, so to speak, of cooking. Although I think nowadays a lot of people do it. When we lived in Germany, we had a friend who was a Girl Scout leader, and we did leg of lamb, the Greek, which is very similar to the Basque way. She did the very same thing as I'm doing with this now, and the only difference is that she squirted it with fresh lemon juice
Yeah.
before she cooked it.
Okay.
And see, I say I can marinate this with wine as it's cooking.
Yeah.
But the Greek lamb, and your mom used to love that. We did that as a troop experience.
Mhm.
So this gal's daughter and your mom were in the troop together. And I would guess that to this day your mom remembers that.
Maybe that's why she makes lemon pepper chicken all the time. Put tons of lemon on it.
Your
Not
mom
lamb, but-
loves lemon.
I know.
You've heard all the stories of
Well-
your mom eating lemons.
We had lemon pepper chicken like 2 times a week growing up.
Okay. See, as you get to the bone, it's harder to get the garlic in unless you slide it in sideways. But I'll be doing that to some of them. And I'm going to use all of this garlic up. Now see this end here?
Mm-hmm.
I don't have anything in it yet. And then we'll just put the salt and pepper on and let this sit for a little bit. Sometimes for the Basque dinner, when I used to help with it, we would fix the lamb like this the night before to let it sit with the garlic in it and then bake it the next day.
Yeah.
Now, I could have done that last night, but I didn't. I'm just gonna refrigerate this back. We cook it the French way, which is rare to medium rare. That's how Grandpa and I like it. So, we'll finish salting all of it again. And what did I forget to do, Jack, before I started the salt?
I don't know.
Put the olive oil on, okay? I did. As soon as I took the shaker in my hand, I thought, is Jack gonna catch me?
No. It's like when when you took my wine last night. Didn't notice.
The only bad thing about the olive oil is it's hard to use the pepper grinder. If I had just a pepper shaker, I could just shake it on. And then what I'll do, I'm going to refrigerate this. I'm not going to start cooking it until about 3 o'clock, or just
Okay.
before 3. So,
And it goes for like 2 hours.
yeah,
What heat in your oven?
325.
Okay. Pretty low.
It is, but I want to cook it slow. I
Yeah.
might heat the oven to 400, but turn it immediately down. And I'll have all the potatoes cut and ready to put on here,
Okay.
so that the potatoes roast with it at the same time. But now that is our start, okay?
All right.
And actually, the rosé wine is better than the red wine to cook it. And Grandpa said there was a bottle upstairs.
Rosé?
Yeah, no,
You want me to go check?
we'll do that later, okay?
Okay.
Before we cook it, we're gonna put a little bit of rosé wine on it.
All right.
Okay, yeah, turn that off.